I don't do this for the clout. I do this for my art. I don't do this for the clout. I do this for my art.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melody Thomas, and we are here again for another episode of Center Stage, right here on TBN. Lights, camera, action.
I don't do this for the clout. I do this for my art.
Them no want the youths them fi grow out here. They want them fi cut them ear and trim them beard. Yo, this is Alabama, and you're tuned into Center Stage with a million melody. Don't move that dial.
If you love reggae music, turn up the volume right now. Tell them Alabama in the building. Listen, since I was 4 years old, nothing's I've been told. Mama says, son, this life is hard to make it, you got to be bold. She said, know your role, play by the rule. Say your school, achieve your goal. And do these things while you're young, son. Don't wait until you're old like me. She said, really tough.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the building and we have a veteran, a superstar in the building with us today. Somebody who's been in the game for a while, and not just in the game, making strides and making a name for himself. Welcome, Alabama, to Center Stage.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I really, as I showed you earlier on, I have a list of my wish list.
Yes.
And you were on there, and I was like, this have to be ticked off today.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we want to get down to who really is Alabama.
All right.
We want to get into some nice, some deep conversations. I know everyone asks you the regular all the time.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it like this. For the fans at home that don't know Alabama at all, tell us where you grew up.
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Born in BV in Guyana, left at the age of 7, migrated to the United States of America where I got my education and fall in love with music in New York because New York is like the melting pot. I had a lot of Jamaican friends, Trini friends, and the most I used to see them doing is DJing, clashing, warring in the streets lyrically, and I fall into that during high school,
So I don't know whether it was like influence from your family. Anyone in your family into music?
Who knows the Ninja Band? One of the first Guyanese band in New York. My uncle was one of the lead singers of Ninja Band. So through him, I got a chance to first see studio life, band life. You know what I'm saying? I got to see them rehearse. They even gave me a chance to work with them at a young age. I was only about 10, 11 when I first was introduced to a live band,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And were you like just kind of jamming with them and...
Not really jamming because, at that time they used to take their work very seriously. So I used to always be in the band room, and as fast as I get the chance, I would try to improve myself, improve my talent and my skills,
But what was it about being around that kind of scene that made you feel like, hey, I want to go into music?
Because the joy. Everybody had a joy to them, it's like a family unit. And when you see that a band moving together, they eat together, they laugh together, they tour together, and everybody's like the best of friends. So when I came into that, and then I'm Terry's young nephew, and then they gave me that love and support, I said, I want to be a part of something like that, one of these days.
I mean, already know that you want to be an artist at a young age is incredible. Some people they don't know what they want to do,
Because at that age, I'm going to the Apollo, trying for audition to get on the Apollo in the Bronx. I'm trying to do Victoria 5 because I had a sparring partner by the name of John. And me and him, we used to try to do everything. Labor Day, we want to be on the truck, we want to sing, we try to get on the talent shows. And because of him, it made me a better artist because without a sparring partner like my friend John, I don't feel I would have pushed myself so hard. Because when we have a composition notebook, John would write a whole book, and I even started writing a whole song. So that made me push myself a little more hard. I say, if he could do it, I could do it as well, you know?
Definitely. And you know, you need that person that encourages you. It's like healthy competition, you know, as an artist.
Yeah. And every artist, I feel, need a good sparring partner, somebody who they could exchange lyrics with, vibes with, to build each other, you know?
Definitely. I mean, you loved music, you wanted to get into music.
Yeah.
Was that an avenue for you straight away, or did you like get into something else? Did you have to work in another field while you were in the States?
Well, actually, during high school, followed the wrong crowd, I got locked up.
No way.
And that slowed down the music career for about 5 years, because I got sentenced to 2 to 4 years.
Wow.
And upon getting sentenced, I got deported in 2001.
Back home to Guyana. But I came back with a lot of the musical energy that, because even in jail, in prison, it was a big thing about clashing, and, you know, we had talent shows in the prison systems, and I was always a part, so I never really let the prison stop me from doing music either, because I was still writing and doing my pen game, writing poetry and all of these things. So now when I came to Guyana, the first thing I was looking for is something musically, because they would say as a deportee, you come to Guyana, don't get into strippiness, don't follow the wrong crowd, because Guyana is a serious place, especially when you come into a country that you love since you were 7 years old. You don't know what the dealings is in the ends anymore.
I mean, even family you don't recognize, because from 7 years old to 21, who do you remember really?
You don't remember anyone.
Yeah. So I had to make a big transition to just make sure that I could groove myself back into the culture of Guyana, you know? So when I came home, the first thing I did is I linked up with a band called Easy Connections.
Okay.
Yeah, and big up Blondie, you know? And Easy Connections gave me the opportunity right away to start harnessing my skills even more, because when I came out and I heard that they had a band, I said, wow, I don't really know a lot of the songs that the band's singing. So within a month, I had to pack at least 100 songs in my repertoire. And when Blondie saw that I could do that, he said, yo, work. And we started working. And right after that, it's like where everything shut down, with the crime rise again in Guyana, where they had a jailbreak. So people wasn't really booking band because they had a curfew, 12 o'clock. Don't make no sense you book a band and at 12 o'clock.
I don't know about those times when they had curfew. I thought that the only curfew was in COVID.
That was my first curfew in Guyana. Now, after we ain't getting a lot of work with the band, that's when you see the one-man band start kick up. And I started doing freelancing with different one-man bands. I even sing for A&D, Sandy's Funeral Parlor Band.
No, you lie.
Yeah, of course, because you know, music is music. And once you have a thirst for music, you don't want to stop at all. You would try to look at any ways or means that you could continue to do the thing that you love. So I went into the one-man band and all of these things. And at that time, I don't even have a song yet. I didn't
never released a song yet.
No, I don't even have the name Alabama yet.
So it was all covers and
all covers
stuff you did.
And in the meantime, doing the covers, I would sing one of my original music.
And squeeze it in.
You know? And people wouldn't even notice. They wouldn't even say, well,
what's that?
You know? Everybody just keep on dancing. So that motivated me to do original music, you know? Yeah.
So what was the first original piece of music that you
The first original piece of music that I released was with Swansea, Brutal Tracks.
Okay.
When we heard that Swansea had a studio and they was doing free recording, I said, all right, we're going to go and check that out.
You know, we love a freebie.
Because, I mean, 5,000 an hour at that time, you don't really have that money to spend.
I know, but...
And that's when $1,000 was $1,000. That's when it was a towel. You could have dried yourself off with a towel. You know what I'm saying? So when we heard a free recording, me and my cousin, who was another artist, he said, let's go. So when we went to see Mr. Duncan, or see the studio, we was there for like a good hour before anybody paid us any attention.
So what was it? What do you mean? So is it a thing where you just walked in the studio, you weren't invited, you didn't book no time, you just walked in and just sat there and...
So the security done tell us downstairs, he said, nobody can go upstairs.
Wow.
We got a big session upstairs, the studio lock off, but we ain't taking no for an answer.
So you stay out there.
So we stayed, and he finally said, go upstairs and wait. So as we sit down, we waited for like a good hour. And then a man passed us, he said, y'all getting through? We said, we come to see about the studio, we heard they doing recordings and things. He said, so he asked, who's the artist? So my cousin, he knows that I'm more better at my craft than him. So he said, this is the guy I was telling you about.
He pushed you up front.
Yeah. So he said, you're the artist? I said, yeah. He said, you write music? I said, I write a lot of music. He said, how much songs you got? I said, if I tell you, you're going to say I'm lying. I said, I got a couple hundred songs. He said, written down? I said, written and in my mind. So he said, sing a song. So I gave him a whole song. I mean, 3 minutes of singing freestyle, a cappella. right? And he said, give me a next one. Give him a next song, about 3 minutes and a half a song, chorus, 3 verses, everything. Give him a next song, give him a next song. So right away, he said, he opened the studio door where they had a session going on. He said, stop what y'all doing. I want y'all to record this artist. So when he said that, no, they had guys like Ras Ison in there, they had Devon, you know, and it's like, what? Because they couldn't hear what's going on in the hallway.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I got in the studio, first time ever in the studio, and they said, what type of rhythm you could do? I could do any type of rhythm. I could do hip hop, reggae, dancehall, but I'm more good at dancehall, reggae. So they said, we got a rhythm. So you play the first rhythm. And I said, nah, I don't like that. I said, from the time you hear a rhythm,
you should
know.
Gravitate. You know if it's for you or it's not for you.
Yeah, you know.
But then there is sometimes where it goes on you.
Yeah, sometimes a rhythm will goes on you too. So he said, we have a rhythm that we built for Custody, a gospel rhythm.
Oh, okay.
So I said, gospel. I said, let me hear it. He said, you try to think on it? I said, let me hear it. And as soon as the rhythm come on, I said, that's reggae. That's not gospel, that's reggae. He said, you could sing something for that because it's like nobody can find a song for that. So I said, yeah, and I bust. Them no one, they use them. And the man said, right away.
That song is what I know. That's the first song I actually know you from, though. See?
And that was history after that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your sound then?
Well, my songs is basically a fusion of Dennis Brown, fusion of Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, you know, the greats, Garnet, but with my old soulful style because I've learned to respect the voice that I have. I don't have the most beautifulest voice in the world, but I have.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, but the person that inspired me the most, Buju Banton.
I think he has a beautiful voice.
And when I heard that raspy voice go from dancehall to Till Shiloh, I said, if Buju could sing, I could sing.
No, what Buju can sing? Like, everyone
because
just
before
thinks...
everybody was just loving Buju as a dancehall artist.
Because of the voice.
Yeah, because of the voice. But then when I heard, change this feeling I'm feeling, I said, wow. So that was the first time I went from dancehall and started doing my own music because I memorized the whole album. And that inspired me. So if you listen to a lot of my first set of music, you will hear a lot of Buju. You will hear that raspiness inside of it. Sounds like them heart and clean them too nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You will hear that Buju in me.
That grime in there. But I like that, you know, in terms of, you know, everything doesn't always have to be clean and smooth and
But one thing, what I said, I don't have the perfect voice or the best voice, is true. Because let me show you. I learned that you don't need a best or a perfect voice.
No.
You just got to know how to use it properly. And that's what I learned with my style. I learned my melodies. I learned how to rise the octaves, how to drop it. I know how to give you in a soulful style. Plus, I know how to act with my voice.
Because with you as well, I see that when I listen to some of your stuff, you know how to transition your voice from the smooth thing to the same raspiness that Buju has in the same song. You know, you play a lot around with your vocals.
And the thing is, you have to, because I get impatient with my style a lot. I get fed up if I'm doing the same thing over and over. That's why from a young age, I always try my best not to fall into a gap whereas I feel too comfortable. I will always try to push myself the hardest I could push myself. And that's why I feel that after 20 years, I'm still relevant. I'm still getting shows. I'm still doing music. Because without that push, I would have given up long ago.
Well, I know I'm hearing this song in my head right now. So we're going to listen to We Don't Want to Use Them for Grow. We're gonna cut to that right now.
Them no one to use them for grow. Me tell them about the seed what them a sow. Il Rastafari, King Selassie, you know. Them no one to use them for grow out there. They want them to cut them hair and trim them bed. And when they use them balling out, them don't air. Oh, them behaving like them don't care. Them no one to use them fi grow out there. No one them fi plot or even not them hair. And when they use them balling out, them don't air. Or them behaving like them don't care. Well, if the use them is the future, why you shoot them down? When you should give them all the knowledge for them to gain wisdom, so they could overstand Jah works and His kingdom. And no say wrong will always get fling down hot. And if you know, give them the basic necessities, and then the wrong things in life, them I get with ease. Me wonder how them get the cheese. We get all the guns that them got to squeeze. Me tell them say, war and crime got to cease. turn my back on the west and the eye track the east and the eye and nine are the seas. For all the doors in like Rastafari got the keys. And them no want the youth them fi grow out there. The one them fi cut them hair and trim them bare. And when they use them balling out, them don't air. How them behaving like them don't care.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. You see that song there? When I saw you perform that song in Ghana the first time I came to a real show,
Yeah.
you know, as a grown adult, I literally was tapped on the shoulder by my sister who came in. Because I was standing in front of the station like this. And then she's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay, because I didn't know that Guyana has artists. You know, and at that time I was even, I think it was, I can't remember his name, Sherlock?
Yeah, Punk Sherlock.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sherlock. Sorry, Sherlock. I was saying to him, can I meet this artist? Like, that's how much of a celebrity you were to me, like, now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not anymore. But you know what I mean? Just coming from somewhere else, I'm just like, I need to meet this guy, because this is sense.
Yeah. You see, I always give thanks to the Most High for the talent that he gave me, because it's like I saw myself doing it before I even got an opportunity to do it. And that's something that I always give thanks for, because most people don't know, I've known a lot of artists are not comfortable in their own shell. A lot of artists have stage fright and all of these things, and I'm blessed that I'm comfortable in my own skin, you know, as an artist. I could speak, I could sing, I could entertain, I could perform, and I do it effortlessly. You know? I
mean, some people, we were even having this conversation yesterday with some artists that came through, passed through the show, and they were like, there is something about an artist who is authentic to themselves.
If I can't sing a song without a rhythm and make you like it, it doesn't even deserve to go up on a rhythm. Yeah, that was my mentality from young. That's why. So I was always okay. When I got deported and I came back, I'm in Annandale and Buxton, and I sit down and I'm beating on the table or upon a stand, and I build a crowd. I make people stop what they're doing and listen to my voice. And if you can't do that, then you're in the wrong business, because the voice is what the people love.
Right.
They might enjoy the rhythm that makes them move, but they love the message, they love the voice, and this is why they rate and they have artists have fans.
So do you think that some of the artists nowadays, not just Guyanese but globally, are doing everything but the voice?
I mean, there's a lot of gimmicks people using right now before they use talent, and that's what's going on in the world, because with social media, everything become a gimmick. Whereas an artist is going to say he tattooed his eyes even though he never put no ink in his eyes, just to get you to listen to his music. Right. That's the stage that we're at right now. And for the young artists that I see in Elevate right now, I rate artists like Jashi, I rate artists like Skeng, I rate Skitty Bang, because, okay, they might have a little gimmick with them, but their talent surpass the gimmick, you know?
It's so true.
Yeah.
So true. So what would you say your biggest hit has been so far?
My biggest hit is Them Don't Care. I can't refute that or refuse that, because that's the song that made me a household name in my country. That's the song that made me meet every minister, every president, you know what I'm saying, of this great country. So that's a song that made me who I am today. And with that, they gave me all the other songs that came, you know, trickling down.
And then I think that for you, it's not even just the song itself. I think it's the whole package that made you a household name, you know? You
see, and the thing is, a lot of people told me that they respected me because of my honesty. Because most people wouldn't go in 2004, 2005, 2006 and tell you that they are deportee. And I never hide it from nobody, because it is a thing. What happens, happens. And you got to give thanks that you have life and you have the opportunity to change.
But you took that, you're at least you're honest about it, and then you let it go, you know? And
the thing is, I've seen deportees come back to my country and die. I've seen enough come back to my country turn junkies, because this place is easy, especially when you don't know it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I always said I would not be one of them. And I ring my ears and I said, no, I'm not going down that road. I will not make my mother hand fall because I done made her heart hurt.
Yeah.
You
So
understand?
did you leave her?
Yeah,
in the
and left her in the
States?
States, yeah.
Oh.
And I always said to myself, I'm not going to make my mother go through that again. And then when I got a family, I got my daughter, I'm not going to put my daughter through that. You will not hear me going and do no robbery or do no crime. You know what I'm saying? Because after one time comes another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you didn't, because we wouldn't have all this music, this great music coming from you, you know? So what was your biggest local show, apart from like the awards and the other stuff you've done? I could name it for you, but I want your opinion on what do you think?
The biggest show. I mean, every show is a big show. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got the opportunity to perform with Buju Banton. I got the opportunity to perform with Jack Cure. I've got the opportunity to perform with Movado, Vibes Cartel. Whoa.
I was going to mention that you actually performed on that big clash Sting with Vibes Cartel and
2008.
Movado.
I was, you know, and you see, the thing is, I can't, when it comes to shows, all the shows is the best, because what makes the show the greatest is not my performance, you know, it's the reaction of the crowd. And I've always been thankful that those crowd never buckle me down.
So you've never been booed before?
I mean, of course.
You've been booed, but
of course.
All right, but it didn't bottle you down. That's like
I started with Talent Exclusive, whereas before we had any platform, big up to Ian Johnson, Dynamics. He gave us a platform at Blue Iguana every Sunday where we could go and voice our talent. Not every Sunday was a good Sunday for all of us. But the certain booths made me improve, because I said the next week when I come back, I'm coming back hard. And so said, so done, you know? And most people expected, because I was doing hip hop, I was titivating to see what people was like, what they would like, you know? And when I bust Them Don't Care, a lot of people thought I would have bust a gal tune called Need You So, because that was the song that I got booked for my first What's Up Guyana show. It wasn't even Them Don't Care. It was Need You So, could never let you go. Every time you smile, I got to let you know. And everybody used to love that song, so that became a song on the album as well, you know?
So we can actually listen to that right now. Need You So, let's hear that.
Yeah, me need her. That's the far I know how to treat her. Yeah, from the first time I meet her. I need you so, can never let you go. Every time you smile, I got to let you know. And I need you close to me, that's where you're supposed to be. I wanna give you the most of me. My girl, I need you so, can never let you go. Every time you smile, I need you close to me, that's where you're supposed to be. I wanna give you the most of me. She said she come from BB, see me on the TV. She said me hot, she like me bad, she even bump me CD. She said me X-rated, jam in the D with PG. El Presidente said she wanna be my BB. I love the way you speak and you smile. Long time I've preached the style, yeah, and I've gotta make a move. She said make up your mind and choose, so baby girl, me choose you, yeah. Cause with you, me know me not lose. I need you so, can never let you go. Every time you smile, I got to let you know. I need you close to me, that's where you're supposed to be. I wanna give you the most of me. My girl, I need you so, can never let you go. Every time you smile, I need you close to me, that's where you're supposed to be. I wanna give you the most of me.
I love that song as well, Need You So. That's one of the ones you're talking about when you're singing. He's singing on there. All right, so we spoke about some of the shows that you've done. You're saying that every show is a big show.
Yeah, every show is a
But
big
for
show.
me, I think the Sting was a landmark, you know, in terms of showcasing what Guyana has to offer, artist-wise, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been other Guyanese artists, I'm sure, that's been on.
I mean, Sting was, you could say, one of the biggest show for me, but there's no other response you could get than a home crowd response. I mean, I'm in Jamaica, respect to Jamaica, they treated me great. I mean, it was like the red carpet treatment. Big up to Wally Frazier as well, you know, big up to the whole Vision Songs team, because when I went to Jamaica, everything was perfect.
Right.
I mean, I have no complaints about Jamaica. Only complaint I had in Jamaica is when I got sick, you know? And even when I got sick, the team made sure I was
looked after.
all right, you know. So big up Walter Frazier, big up the whole of Vision Song. But the thing is with Jamaica now, Jamaica rated and respected me to a level whereas I'm walking in the streets and youths is telling me they read about me in the papers. Yeah. So that was the type of love, and everybody who does music, everywhere you go, everybody's musically inclined. So that's why I love Jamaica.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like I love Guyana, but there's no other crowd than when you could go in the national park or the national stadium and seeing your own Guyanese rate you and respect you and making noise. And so I could say my biggest show had to be Jack Cure. Yeah.
Definitely. I missed that one, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we had a couple of questions coming from some people at home that knew you were coming on today.
Yeah.
And one of those questions, they said that you're very open on social media.
Yeah.
About your life, about your music, about everything.
Yeah.
And they noticed that you had a post about you not being booked as much as an artist right now with the current government or whatever it is. So they want to know why we haven't been seeing you on more local promotions and events recently.
You see, the thing with Alabama, I don't mix up. It's like, if you don't rate me and respect me, you don't rate me and respect me. I'm not forcing you to like me or love me. And I'm not the type of artist that's gonna stoop and produce to get something or get to a place. I feel I've put in enough work that when certain shows and events come up that I'm supposed to be featured on, my phone's supposed to ring. So if my phone don't ring, well, I know I'm smart and intelligent enough to make other things happen for me other than going on a stage. That's why I have my own studio. I do commercial, I record artists, I build tracks, I do music videos. So I'm not really solely and wholly dependent on the stage show, even though it grieves me, it hurts me not to perform on certain big shows. Yeah. Right? I feel it's because of my attitude as well. Because it's the thing with me. If I don't have a car to left my house, I'm not leaving my house. Because I take my family life serious to a level, you know. Whereas I like to be in my comfort zone. Because I feel that the more chances you take, is more things can happen to you in this life here.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't really like the mix up. I have a small circle of friends. You know what I'm saying? People don't really see me a lot unless they see me going to Western Union and going to the shop. Or going to a show.
I know why you go Western Union. Shall I tell you why you go Western Union? Because you be cutting them dogs.
Yeah, be cutting them dogs, putting in their work. So, but I just love how I live. So sometimes being that way makes you, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Because I get a lot, you still say? Because a lot of people don't really follow you like they would follow the Jamaican artists. Because if you don't put out a song every week, promote yourself every week, they're going to say you stop singing. That's Guyanese. That's Guyanese. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why they do it.
And you got to be on social media 24 hours a day, showing them everything.
I'm very vocal. I'm on social, and they would still say, you stop singing. I said, but I dropped a new video last month.
That means they're not really following you.
No, they're not really following. Not really following. I feel they just use that to just speed your head, you know?
Nah, don't speed our head, yeah. We're never going to stop singing, probably.
Nah.
To every ghetto youth, to every ghetto, to every ghetto youth, ghetto youths, open your eyes and realize you have the whole world in your palm. You can't wait for something come and drop in your hand. You got to wake up and start setting your plans. Ghetto youths, open your eyes and realize you have the whole world in your palm. You can't wait for something come and drop in your hand. You got to wake up and start making your plans. Are your fault, my youth, if you are question fools. Under pressure, you have to stay fresh and cool. You can't live your life based on Western rules. Have to stay away from them stress and stool. Yeah, and if you think them comfy, help them comfy, chop you up. Them have the system done set up, we lock you up. We know the times is dread and the road is rough, but get to youths, please don't give up. Get to youths, open your eyes and realize you have the whole world in your palm. You can't wait for something come and drop in your hand. You got to wake up and start setting your plans. Get to youths, open your eyes and realize you have the whole world in your palm. You can't wait for something come and drop in your hand. You got to wake up and start making your plans.
So next, they want to know who your team is. Who's Team Alabama? Are you signed? Do you have a manager?
Well, everybody know management is my wife.
Well, I know that.
Yeah. My manager is my wife. She makes sure that I'm all right. She makes sure that I eat properly, make sure that I stay sane, you know. I don't lose it. I don't plug out. She makes sure that she keep me humble. You know what I'm saying? But my team is basically family.
Okay.
My daughter, I'm saying I'm a grandfather right now.
Oh wow!
About to be a grandfather for the second time in a couple of months.
Congrats.
As well, so I just always try to maintain that friends and family. Once you got friends and family and you have a name for your or a business, you supposed to make sure that they're part of it. So most time when you see me, you're gonna see people like Jimmy Slaughter. You're gonna see Fat Man from Anadale. You're gonna see Swaggo from Buxton. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going back into promoting artists right now.
Okay.
Because for like the longest while, I haven't really. Most people who know Alabama, when you see I have a show, I would always feature an artist or two. I would always share my bread with a Fire Fred, with a JP, because I find it necessary. People don't always do it, but I find the need to do it because it's not all about you. And sometimes you got to share your bread to show an artist, yo, love, you know?
Exactly.
So I'm going back into that, whereas I'm trying to work with at least two female artists, encourage them, show them what we know, build them, give them the promotion and use the links that I have to get the music out there so that they can have the same opportunity or a better opportunity than what I had.
So are you going to be calling yourself a manager?
Yes, per se. Yeah.
And so are we going to have a label?
Well, the label is always Bomb Squad Productions.
Okay.
So everything falls under that umbrella. But the first artist that I've seen is an artist I'm working with right now. His name is Cronus Trip Boss.
Okay.
And we done do one recording already, and the song real good. I mean, it's getting most of the DJs that hear, because what I do before I release a song, I source it to certain DJs that I respect and and get a feedback. Because if the DJs don't like it, people are not gonna like it.
They're not gonna like it, yeah, exactly. Because they won't even hear it because the DJs won't play it. So.
And if the DJs like it, that means they're gonna give it airplay. So I source it out to the DJs, and the DJs don't like Cronus Trip Boss. So I want to just get some new artists, put those new artists, and make sure that they have the level of Alabama.
Right.
Make sure their performance, lyrics, beat, mixing, everything is of the level of how I started, or even better, you know.
I see it as though you are paying it forward.
Yeah.
And at some point, I think in every artist's life, or even any creative's life, they want to pay it forward, become a mentor, or a manager, or something where they can pass their knowledge.
I'm not getting any younger, and it doesn't make no sense what I have in this big old head for die with me.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's a big old head for sure. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. I mean, if there's any artists out there right now watching the show and they're interested in maybe auditioning for you, or coming to Bomb Squad, how can they link you? Well,
basically, I'm on social media 24/7. So you can reach me on Facebook at Clifford Alabama Charles. You can reach me on TikTok at It's the Bomb. You can reach me on WhatsApp at 653-2074. I'll repeat it again, 653-2074. Just call me, because anything. I'm not the type of guy that's going to refuse your call. I'm down to earth. I will listen to you, hear you out. Once you have talent, I could work with you. If I could see that you have a little bit of talent to work with, we can help harness that and boost that.
And develop
you. So don't feel scared. If you have talent, link me.
There are loads of young people out there who are interested in getting into music, but they don't know what camp to go to, or they're not sure. And I think that guys, Link Alabama, he's definitely willing, and that's all you can hope for right now. Someone that's willing and experienced.
Well, even if it's not me, find somebody that respects you, treat you, make sure you're comfortable, and give you real advice.
Exactly. I mean, let's talk about this song now, Them Bad.
Them Bad.
I'm sorry. So Them Bad, who is that about?
It's about everybody, really, you know. You see, anything. I'm very vocal on social media. I'm on social media 24/7, like I said, right? So I hear everybody just say they is the baddest thing. So when I say them bad, I'm talking about everybody, really, because they just forget Alabama, you know. When they talk about the lyrical this and the lyrical that, they must forget, right? The foundation that is walking upon and the concrete. They forgot who's the man that was turning the spade.
No, but let me tell you something. When I heard the song, I was like, you know, I pick lyrics.
Yeah.
Pick it apart as much as I can.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I was like, I know when I ask him who's this song about, he's going to tell me it's about everyone in general, about Obama.
Exactly, because the thing is this,
Alabama.
I'm not singling out on nobody. I just singing a song. I mean, if you feel you're better than me, you could sing a song saying that you're better than me. But
well,
the
you know
thing is
what?
this,
Yeah, I think I might clash you. I think I'm better than you, so I'm doing the
because
remix.
the thing is this, right? It's like this. Lyrically, we all have to represent ourselves as artists. So I feel that if I say I'm bad and you feel you bad, we all have our opinions, but the fans will decide at the end. You understand? It's the fans that's going to decide who really have talent, who's really the lyrical boss. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so the reason why I was asking you about that song is because, I mean, there was a Masharama thing that happened recently, which I thought you should have been on that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, sometimes I stayed out. When it's your time, it's your time. And I would not try to mash anybody's toes. I say, watch, these guys have something good going, and I wanted them to take it to the highest level that they could take it. I mean, I was very disappointed in the end that they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very honest. They do a set of strippiness. You understand?
Wow.
And they took, like, 1 step forward and 3 steps backwards because, I mean, it's like this. They are young, they will make mistakes, but we got to study the business and take the business more serious.
So
You know what I'm saying? Because women, we have fans and we have a government. And we got to make sure that we don't get banned. We got to make sure that when we want to keep shows and we want the stadium for ourselves, we mustn't have an issue with us as artists. They mustn't say people are going to get hurt. They mustn't say we are encouraging violence or condoning violence. And I feel that's what they did, and it caused a negative image for all Guyanese artists. So when I said that they did strippiness, they did strippiness. And who did their best to maintain peace and discipline? Thumbs up. But who didn't? Fools.
It is foolish.
Yeah.
'Cause it was a big platform for us to have, you know, especially for that kind of genre of music as well.
And they could have do better than what they did, you know, so.
But hopefully they've learned from
personally,
this.
with me performing there, I just wanted them to take the highlight and do what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really, and wife management said, don't fight up with that. That's not you no more, you know? Sing good music and just do the things the right way, you know?
True. I mean, I know you've sung plenty of amazing songs, but my personal favorite is when you work with Natural Black.
Yeah.
I think the two of you have something that you guys, as you said, you need a partner, you need someone to think off of, and when you two vibe together, especially in studio, it's it's a next level.
Yeah.
I remember being in studio with you guys, and I'm just like, this is magical.
Yeah, man.
So, haven't you guys got anything new coming up, you know, in the future?
I mean, I have a lot of new Natural Blacks that's unreleased right now.
I know that, and that's why I'm trying to draw it out, guys, because I've been in the studio and I've heard them, and I want to know where they are.
And I'm secretly building an EP, personally, with Natural Blacks for Bomb Squad Productions.
Okay.
You understand? And I feel I don't want to give out too much numbers, because I don't feel Natural even know how much songs you give me.
And you trick him. Basically, you bring him to the studio and feed him, and make sure he's comfortable, make sure you record him.
When Natural come by me, Natural is at home. Natural could come by me, he could sleep, he could relax, he could behave like he's at home. That's a relationship that me and Natural Black have. You know what I'm saying? My wife is like his sister. You know what I'm saying? And he feels comfortable. And when you have an artist in the studio and he feels comfortable, he's going to sing.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, why the cage bird sing? Because he's comfortable.
Because he's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I'm just like, and I know that for a fact, you know, I know you're not even gassing in the line at all, because I've been there and I've come to you, I was like, where's Natural? Oh, he's in bed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
but I know that you guys have some great songs, and I produced a song for you as well. I'm waiting for that to also production.
You see, anything too. I've do so much music that ain't released. It's like, this is why I slow down a lot, because it don't make no sense. I used to do a song a day, 2 songs a day, and then when the year done, we don't even have enough money for push all these music.
Well, it's because you still need to do videos,
and-
you still need to do a whole bunch of stuff, you know.
So I slowed down, and now I'm going back into the vault and saying, you know what, pull this book. But that song, I got to release that song.
That song's hot, you know.
It's me, you, and the rapper.
A rapper. What was his name?
Louis Banks.
Louis Banks.
Yeah, big up yourself,
Yo,
Louis.
Banksy.
Yeah, that's a bad song, you know.
We need to do that.
Yeah,
And
we got to...
just yesterday, me and Keisha Thomas, Kaya, the artist,
Yeah.
we were just saying how there is so much value in collaborations.
Yeah.
But we just don't give
Yeah.
it a chance.
And the thing is, Guyanese need to start doing collabs more with each other and outside artists.
International.
Yeah. And the thing is, they don't know until they reach out, you know. They get artists just waiting for you to reach out to them and say, let's work together. You understand? And you might think these artists is big and highfalutin. These artists, some of them is very humble, just waiting for give you in a system because they know how hard it is when they start.
And not even just that, some of them need the inspiration themselves. Sometimes they have a writer's block. They need another artist with fresh ideas to come and help them too.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street at the end of the day, you know?
Each one teach one.
Exactly. So is Natural signed to your label, or are you managing him?
Natural has
anything
his own label.
Okay.
Right? NBS, Natural Black Studio. He has his own label, and he's in Jamaica right now working. He has a new management team that he's working with, so expect him to put out some really good music and some good videos. You know what I'm saying? He have a show coming up next month in New York.
Okay.
So things is going on for Natural right now. So expect the rebirth of Natural.
Guys, you heard it
soon.
here on Center Stage, the rebirth.
Because we went in Suriname last month. He mashed it up with the show with Ayaktin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the first time I saw him perform in Paramabo, and I'm telling you, they love Natural Blacks. Yeah, word for word, they know every Natural Blacks song.
They love him around the world, and we'll get him on Center Stage when he's here next time.
Of course, as soon as he comes, that's the first thing I'm gonna say. Amelia needs to see you.
She needs to see you.
I was down for a while, now I'm heading well. Heading well.
Me up there.
Cause I learned how to survive. Yeah. Are you down with me, girl? Now I'm heading well. I'm heading well.
Me up there.
And you know I'll stay alive. Yeah. Money breeze a blow for me. They want to make it rain and snow for me. Got me a study money down. Me no want to hear when you was say if it's not money down. My bank account for love, yeah, because my money bro. Check me up in VIP, chilling with the money crowd. Yeah, right now everything up there. Done made a couple million, still some boy in the up yet. So why we be pop champagne and boy them upset? Right now Alabama and Natural Black is the subject. Yeah, that's why we money done. The more the bad might be money come. Every day we just celebrate, cause like sweet like a honey bun. I was down for a while, now I'm heading way up, heading way up.
Me up there.
So apart from the new single,
Yeah.
the album now, because we want the full album now.
Yeah.
Bama, we need it. When is that gonna drop?
The album might drop this summer. But editing, I'm working with so much different producers to get this album done that I don't want to give it a release date that's going to conflict with any of the producers.
Right.
Because I've learned now it's easier for me to work with 2 or 3 different producers, get 2 different songs so that the album has a song to it, you know?
Right.
And take myself out of the engineer seat. Because at one time, you know, I learned the engineering thing and you might get caught up trying to do your own things. So sometimes you need a fresh ears.
Just because you can do everything doesn't
That
mean
means you should do it, yeah. And that's what I learned, you know. I rather work with young artists and mix them to how I know they need to get mixed. But when it comes to like my personal mix, I really feel I need some
to allow the other people to do their job, you know.
and relax more, you know.
It's so true, and I'm like super excited to see some projects coming.
But the
from
new
you.
EP, I have 9 songs already finished.
Okay.
So it's only about 6 more, but I want to put at least 18. So I want.
So this is not an EP. This is an album.
It's an album, really. It's
Okay.
an album, yeah. And I want to put at least 18 songs so that when I put this out, they must see this is Alabama. I put my heart out there. This is me. It's not a producer working. It's not as a label. This is what I'm giving you, working with these producers. You know?
Definitely. I can't wait to see who you collaborate with on this album also.
I'm working with, I'm going to let one cat out of the bag. I'm working with Vijay.
Oh.
So big up Paradigm.
No, Paradigm is like the number one spot. I'm not even lying.
Because when Vijay sent me some rhythms, I said, wow.
Yeah.
Live. Sweet.
But you know he's an actual musician also.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that helps, you know, and he's worked a lot with Jamaican artists,
and
a lot in the reggae industry.
I'm also working with Diplomat.
Oh, nice.
Diplomat Music Group. I'm also working with EJ Governor. So big up them, you know. Big up Gucci down on the beats, because that's a producer from Barbados who's feeling my stuff, feeling my craft, and he's reached out to me a lot. So big up Gucci down. So when the album drop, you will be the first to hear about it. You're gonna be invited to the album launch, the release party, everything. So it's gonna be.
And if you forget, you know I have wifey's number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget. But I mean, there's just one more serious question that we are kind of asking all the artists and industry personnel right now, just to get their you know, how their opinion on how things are going. So, what is your view on the state of the current industry in Ghana, if there is an industry, and how can we improve it?
To improve the industry, we got to realize that we need the government, right, to, what you could say, invest more in the artists. Every yearly budget, I feel, is supposed to put, right, a budget specifically for the creative industry. Whereas you ain't just putting it to the Ministry of Culture. You're putting a budget so that the artists could develop. Because let me show you straight, if the artist has the finance to back their career, you will see better performances, you will hear better music, and you will see better artists. So you will see international artists right here in Guyana. You will see we leave Guyana and travel the whole world and come back and bring those monies right here. But we can't do it if the government is just going to spoon fool us. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we look the part, dress the part, and sound the part.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But according to the industry right now, we do have an industry that is growing. Whereas from 10 years to now, there's a lot has improved. The artist quality has improved, the mix has improved, the video-wise, everything has improved. But the only thing that has not improved is that we are still being underpaid. Yeah. We can't sustain our for $500 and $1,000 US a show.
Okay.
That's like slavery. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we see you giving out 30,000 to foreign acts when they just bust one song. Yeah. A man get one hit and you bring him to Guyana, 15,000 in his pocket, 10,000 in his pocket, and he goes back to his country and makes sure that he supports his community with
And
that.
buys everything over there, you know?
So if we see that, why not raise the price of Guyanese artists? Especially the artists that are known, that has been putting in the work for years and years and years, who have been winning Soca Mana constantly. Why are these artists still being underpaid? Why they ain't getting 10,000, 15,000 and 20,000 for a headliner show? And we need to step that up, because the day we step up the payment that the artists get is the day that the artists now could really shine in Guyana, you know, and out.
I agree with you in a lot of aspects of what you said, because with that money or that investment, we can look the part. It means that our artists ain't looking like they, you know, just come out of the gutter. Number two, they can actually get the vocal training and development that they need, you know, how to dance, how to, you know, all these things cost money.
Cost money. And the thing is this, when you see the first artists that we could produce home and send them to Africa, to Europe, right? That's like a Rihanna. You understand? And that's the type, that's the mindset we got to really think as. We got to make sure that we build one. We only need one, and that one gonna make many. Yeah.
So Alabama, I would love for you to stay with me all day, as you know, but we can't do it. But I want you to do a favor for me. Look into that camera and I want to introduce your brand new single for us, which we're gonna drop that and play that for people at home.
Okay, I'd rather plug this song because this is a song I did with Diplomat, and this goes. You could give them your heart, and them will still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored with my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man unjust. Me live to see everything Jah create, man a cuss. Them setting at them ways, malicious. Bad mind, scandalous. The same one was set them righteous and them religious. Me swear me living in at the end of time. I thought me only problem was police. Now the bullies them coming from a friend of mine. My own family they want me to cease. Out the road dog, I eat dog. Wolves are on for the sheep. Watch what they did to Jesus Christ, what they will do to you and me, you know? You can
Jeez.
give them your heart.
Wow.
So look for that. That's on all social media platforms, also on YouTube.
Check it out, guys.
Diplomat music.
Yo, me not get faith in mankind, you know. For real. Me not trust no flesh. Yo, you could give them your heart, them will still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man unjust. Me live to see everything Jah create, man a cuss. Them setting up them ways, malicious. Bad mind, scandalous. The same ones who say them righteous and them religious. Me swear me living in at the end of times, but my only problem was police. Now the bullets them coming from a friend of mine. My own family them want me deceased. Out of road dog I eat dog. Wolves are on for the sheep. Watch what they did to Jesus Christ, what they will do to you and me. You could give them your heart, them will still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man unjust. Me live to see everything Jah create, man a cuss. Them setting up them ways, malicious. Bad mind, scandalous. The same ones who say them righteous and them religious. Wicked heart, go down them. If fire start blaze from Monday to Sunday. The thing that we don't know, them only come round fi drunk way. Let them fi sink and let me find higher grounds, yeah. Me see them when me walking past. They sold their souls and lost their hearts. They never satisfied with their heart. They want back down the bridge and still want cross. You could give them your heart and them will still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man unjust. Me live to see everything Jah create, man a cuss. Them setting up them ways, malicious. Them bad mind, scandalous. The same ones who say them righteous and them religious. Me swear me living in at the end of times, but my only problem was police. Now the bullets them coming from a friend of mine. My own family them want me deceased. Out of road dog I eat dog. Wolves are on for the sheep. Watch what they did to Jesus Christ, what they will do to you and me. You could give them your heart, them will still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man unjust.
Alabama, thank you so much for joining us,
It's
and
a
we are
pleasure
going to
always.
we're going to look forward to having you back soon.
Thank you very much.
And make sure you come here and drop it all
Of course,
right
of
here,
course.
hot.
No problem.
All right, guys, take care.